Hey everyone, welcome back. Let's kick off the Elite Eight here. Day one, Elite Eight action. We have a great matchup, two games on deck within Texas Tech and Florida, as well as the Alabama Crimson Tide and the Duke Blue Devils. I'm going to break down those two games, also talk about a little bit of a recap from the Day 2 Sweet 16 action. It was kind of interesting. We actually had some great basketball. So a first time I think that we've been able to just kind of watch all the games and um, kind of like the product. Okay. I think that's the simplest way to put it, right? We saw a great battle within Houston and Purdue and Michigan and Auburn, as well as kind of the early games that we did cash in on within the under within Tennessee, Kentucky. That was a little bit of a sweat, but looked good the whole way. And a lot of you guys probably jumped in that as well live when they had that. I think it was like 72 points at halftime. They still had that total up at like 148. It just made no sense when we had a pre-flop total at 144.5. Also, we did have a Michigan State victory, one where kind of got in a little double dip for me late down the stretch. I had a lot of futures bracket implications and picks live within Michigan State and Sparty. That's where, unfortunately, that's why we take the three, right? I took the three early. I know probably a lot of you guys probably battled with that 3.5. And I talked about it in my video where I said that half point really might make a difference. And what do you know? We ended up falling right on three. Had some Ole Miss plus 4.5 live at plus money. And that's kind of where, that late game three, the meaningless three by the Rebels, that was kind of very interesting to see play out. You can't make that stuff up. So just kind of tip your cap, move on, and we'll keep grinding. All right. So let's get into the picks today. If you guys are new to the channel, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. We do talk college basketball, all sports right here on TBM. If you do want to know more, we will have a free Discord. I'll be over there live chopping it up with you guys. So that's kind of where we have the two games on deck today in the first round of the Elite Eight. And this is going to come at no surprise to you guys. This is we're going to look at these odds. I'm going to pull it up for you right now on the screen. You can see we're going to use Outlier to break down these picks. We'll talk about some of the betting splits, as well as kind of what we see in the market, some of the market moves, money moves, and kind of where I'm at from a numbers perspective. And it's going to be something where it's going to come as no surprise to most. We might be rolling some chalk, okay? And this is something where we're going to talk about a few bets. The first game on the card, Texas Tech and Florida. I want to get involved with Texas Tech. I actually think they're live in this game, but I'm not sure if McMillan's going to play. That's why I'm not going to give it out here on the channel. We'll see what happens a little later in the day. The number probably won't move either way, but I do think that you can find Texas Tech getting 7.5 at a minus price. That's not too bad of a proposition. Kind of where I lean personally. If you think about kind of what Texas Tech did against the SEC opponent within Arkansas, great run, tip of the cap to John Calipari and company, but Florida's a different animal. And if you saw kind of how they played in that previous round, it's just something where they can just explode. And next thing you know, 10-0 run up. Some people may think that Florida has the best player outside of Cooper Flagg in the country, maybe the best tournament player right now. And that's kind of where we look into it. I mean, I personally think that this is something where I have Florida winning my national championship. It's very hard not to lay it, even at that minus 6.5. But this is kind of where I'm going to show you guys at the end what I'm going to do in terms of my best bet. But I'm not opposed to taking some Texas Tech money plus 7.5 if you can find out about McMillan playing a little bit later in the day. It's not going to be an official play. I'll give you my official play. We're going to kind of simplify things for you guys on the channel. But that's kind of how I feel about that game. So if he's in, I don't mind Tech. If he's not in, I probably would lay it with Florida. But I'll get to how I'm playing these games at the end because it's going to be connected. So bear with me, okay? But the last game, probably the most exciting game of the day, of the whole tournament for my money, Alabama and Duke, okay? I probably will have a small play towards the over. That's just kind of how I feel about it. We talk about it a little bit. This is the highest total I think we've seen for the Duke Blue Devils, but they have the potential to score 100 points themselves. It's going to be interesting to see how Alabama plays against one of the top defenses in the country. And I think this is something where we could see a game get up into the 180s very, very easily. Okay. I don't expect Alabama to shoot the three ball like they did in their last contest. But I do think that they will have offensive success. I think that this is something where if Flagg's playing, we will see an over more than an under. I know it's a big number. It's a playoff last game, and a lot of people, a lot of sharp money will probably be on that under but this is something where I think that we could see close to 200 points in this contest again. So I'm going to go over 174.5 as a best bet. And that will be kind of separate from my kind of the bet of the day, if you will. And that's where we're going to take Duke and Florida money line parlay. We don't parlay a lot, but this is kind of where I feel it. Duke and Florida, the 1 seeds advance. You put both of these money lines together, you can find minus 123, minus 125, and that's just how I'm going to play it. Okay, so it's going to be just a multi-unit play, probably 2 units on that. We're going to also kind of hit that over within Alabama and Duke. And if we do get some positive news from Texas Tech, I think within their best players suiting up, I don't expect them to be full strength, but I do think that they're going to be scrappy enough where they will kind of be able to contest, maybe not cover late, but I still think there's a lot of value taking Texas Tech +7 if we do get him to suit up in action. Okay, so that's my best bets. A little bit quicker rundown. There's only 2 games going on. Like I said, guys, we're going to go Florida, Duke, moneyline parlay, pays about minus 123, minus 125. And then also I am going to just play the over with an Alabama and Duke at 174.5. Okay, so good luck out there, guys. Appreciate you. Make sure you guys all hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, leave your picks down below in the comments, and we'll see you guys all in the next video. Cheers.